Alright, cool. So I made some changes to my basic settings. Hopefully it makes things a little better, I guess. Hopefully. Let's double... Yeah. Where did I put the music up? I know I did a couple recordings a little bit ago. There we go. That's not so loud on my end. Oh, hello, 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 hello. I have been having fun trying to get some more stuff set up. Let me turn that down a little. Woo! On my end, anyways. Oh, I kind of like this one. This is a great start. Okay, so now, as you all know, this gets uploaded as a VOD. I got a new hotkey. It is this one. There it is. I just realized that that is also a hotkey in game. Okay, so it makes my hand go away. Oh no! I thought I tested every application. Okay, so I don't want to like have to double tab it. So, wait, what? Okay, it's back. Okay. A part of it is because I had like, oh crap, that's right. I have Alt 1 as, oh no, hold on. I think it's Alt X. No. Alt Z. There it is. Hide HUD. Woohoo! I can take some photos. I've been learning some things. All right. Anyways, new hotkey. Be able to remind you all to follow. You know, obviously YouTube. Some people see this, and it's just kind of like your normal thing. Today, just kind of an update. I've got 2 timers running. One's for 1 hour, one's for 2 hours, and we'll kind of see where I'm going from there. Oops, wrong one. So yeah, we'll see how everything kind of goes and how we're feeling after 1 hour. I may want to play a different game. I have a list of games, but we can always cover that some other time. But yeah, follow me at Twitter, so this way you can kind of at me. I am currently able to chat with people, so I don't mind, kind of getting to know people, see some of their ideas and whatnot, but I do kind of pose more as a variety streamer versus like a scrap mechanic streamer, so my apologies, as after doing some stuff in this game, I may want to switch to another game for a week or so, or just switch to doing specific days, A couple other games I have in my list is like Void Train, Timberborners, Volcanoid, which actually I played Volcanoids back before it was an official, like an actual game. It was like you had to go to their Discord and download it and play it. It was really fun, and I never actually ended up streaming that, but I'd go buy it obviously. And then Zeetkist, I really do want to play that one. That and Need for Speed Hot again, because I want to kind of get back into that. I've just been obsessed with this stuff. Alright, so as you can imagine, today I'd like to build a car. Woohoo! Yep. Now, I tried putting this together, and boy oh boy does this not work. Oh, okay, so some nice updates. You remember I talked about getting a shaft inside of a shaft so you can use a shaft using a shaft. I managed to get this to work. No, hold on. Right. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Woo! I'm not exactly sure what that's going to be useful for, because I thought, man, this would make a great crankshaft, and then I realized, oh, that's only going to have 2 degrees of motion, like 2 different crud, because as we've figured with engines in the past, we want something that is consistently off from itself, so this way we can keep a power on or in a constant power stroke. And so far dual piston engines work the best. I've tried triple, I've tried more, it doesn't seem to go well. So we've got that. Let's see. Oh yeah, piston designed things. I was putting those up. Let's go back here. This poor thing. I'm sorry. You know what's really dumb? is how good this actually works right now. Like, after messing around with the timing and stuff and sorting it, this does work. I mean, I don't think it's... Yeah, it's not my fastest engine by any means, but it is... Let me take a look at it. Yeah, we have it at 0 tick. Anyways, this is by no means faster than anything else. But I wanted to use a car with, or make a car with one of the more friendly engines that we currently have. The only reason why I don't want to use this one just yet is because this and this kind of bug out slightly. And I don't like that. I'd like to go 5 if I could in the future. Maybe even today we'll try that. And then reduce their angles and make them less... In this case, apparently they're too aggressive, because there's a maximum angle and a maximum distance you can yank these things. Because as you can imagine, these themselves have a certain limit on torque, and that torque breaks when it starts pulling on 3 pistons. But it does not when pulling on 2 as well. See? Look at that one. Half done. If I stop this engine, which I believe I have... This one actually should work. Yeah, okay. Look at that. Oh yeah. YouTube update, I guess, as well. For people who are just watching a VOD. That's no bueno. That is like pushing it a little far. So if we did add an extra one, we'd probably have to pull 5 degrees off of everything-ish. So would that be 1, 2, 3, 15... Maybe more than that. I wouldn't want to try... I mean, we could pull 10 off. The reason why I say that is because each one of these, as it said, is 45 degrees off from the prior one. And given how the center ones, like, they're held, it just keeps getting worse and worse. So if I put a 5th one and put another 45 degrees, these 2 bearings would be under a ton of load, and it would start bugging out. So that's why we'd have to remove the... or reduce the aggression on the angles. But as long as one thing is constantly in power stroke, we're fine. Hence why those work. I like this though. You know, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, okay, good. So crankshafty bits here. This is methods for, oopsies, making them. So you got this guy and you got this one. This one lays down into itself, and then you can start welding stuff together when it's on the lift. Actually, I think I saved a couple here. Mainly I want to bring these up now right before building the car is because somebody might think of something. I might think of something. You know how that works. This one is the V2. This one is Design 2. So this is the one that's actually properly attached. So like this right here, where it is 2 bearings on either side sharing the load. So you use a controller on either side to lock it, and there you go, you have 2. So a couple things that I was thinking this might be really useful for is transmissions, because now I can have, say, a free spinning doing its jazz, you know, these just spinning away, and having a constant output. Well, not a constant output, but okay, so think this. And I've done this earlier. Actually, I might have a copy of that one. Let me check. It should be version 3. V3. Oh, here it is. Yeah. This? Okay. So, this is what I mean by, like, was making a crankshaft and it was a failure until I figured out that I could do this. Alright, and boom. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. This is how you do a transmission. Alright? And you just lock them together with gears and some extra pistons. So now you can have several things inside of themselves rotating in, and the shaft is in the center, and then you just have to have it lock into place, and that's it. And that's it. It's as simple as that. the other option, another thing I was thinking, let's see. Here. So you can't put bearings on them like this. I'm jamming. This is good. I like it today. Alright. So you have... I mean, of course this isn't always going to be perfect right now. Okay, what am I doing? I don't... Yeah, no. I would like a bearing there, maybe. There we go. So, with the center, or with the outer shaft that's able to spin freely from the inner shaft, you effectively have essentially what can be a, like in a manual transmission, you have a shaft that runs down into the center, because, you know, I could Google stuff and pull it up. But anyways, you have a center shaft here that runs, that spins freely from the rest of it. So you would basically just use the same thing on this side, right here, like this, and like this. And you would essentially put this to the body, and you'd put this to the engine. And as the engine rotates, this guy on the inside here spins. Useless, right? Until you add gear sets to it. So essentially you can add a key set, like something that uses, like how we have way over here, that can extend a piston that has a block in it that can continue going through the various sets, or the gears. Like right here, see? Normally this would end up being disengaged. Here, I'll actually do that right now. I've been wanting to kind of put this back to the way I had it, because I thought it was much cooler as a thing like that. Do I have a third one up here? No, I don't. Alright. So, let's go! What? Oh, that's right. That's right. This one's bugged out. That's okay. Goodbye. Also, why is it spinning that way? It's not supposed to spin that way. It's supposed to spin towards itself. Alright, there we go. Normally you'd use a different kind of block, but then you can just... There we go. Oh, that's right. It does not like fast. Oh, okay. Oh, I need to remember that. Let's slow you down a little bit. Stupid. There we go. Yeah, so this way you can do one of these numbers where you can get to stick together. Anyways, I was figuring with that you can use a piston, and the advantage is since the piston doesn't have collision through it except for the block on the end, you could feasibly get it to push through each gear and lock into each gear with one key. And the key would just basically be the key and the keyhole. Though I probably should have fixed those holes. Oh well, too late. It'll fix itself if I hit it hard enough. You know, that is the same thing my parents thought. Oh, come on. Get in there. There we go. No, oh, there it is. Anyways, so yeah, using something like this on either side, you should be able to push it through multiple gears. And that's essentially how manual transmissions really work. They look kind of goofy on the inside. Google. Manual transmission images. Okay. Let's save this probably really bad. No. I don't know. I don't want to take all my time doing that. I only have an hour. I gave myself a time limit this time. There we go. I also should have low latency mode turned on. If I don't, I'm going to be very sad. Okay. So let's see. I think one of the reasons why I thought this would work better than maybe some other designs is because how manuals lay out. There we go. I guess I want to cover this stuff in my brain before I try to game it up. All right, so we have input, output. So then what we would end up having to do is somehow transfer the power. Oopsies. Okay. So we would need to somehow manage to get power to come from here. And how normal manuals do it is they run it down, they run it across, and then they run it back up to do the same. I mean, this being scrap mechanic means we don't have to worry about all of those limitations. There we go. And then you'd have a gear here, and a gear here, and maybe a gear here. There we go. And then you'd have a gear here. Well, buckets. You know what? Whatever. So there you go. So you would basically have this free spinning itself, and then you would have your selector switch, or your selector switch. You'd have your manual thing being able to adjust the dog tooth gears that are in here that help connect into it. Anyways, I just figured this might be a simplified and a lot easier version to do that with, because with the way how rotation works, and how free spinning gears and stuff like that work, you'd basically just slap one of these on there. So this is the outer shaft. The only reason why this is here is for stability. You could probably... No. They have to be there. Never mind. Duh. For this. There we go. Yeah. And then this would just basically slide through into the various gears. You can actually, given this is being scrap mechanic, you can put a manual brake out here that starts, quote unquote, and turns off, quote unquote, or brakes and disengages and engages the transmission separately, like we have over there. So if you put one of those like right there, you can then have what, 5 different gears, 6. It doesn't really matter, because when you really think about it, depending on the design and whatnot, you can have this thing here. Anyways, half-baked idea. I stopped partway through, mainly because I got through building this and I was like, not useful for an engine, and then ran over here, and then did this, and it was like, really bad engine, and then ran over here, and then copied this, and then made modifications to that. Alright, so here is this guy. I don't know why I keep trying to make new crankshafts. I don't know. I think it's just, I get a feeling that what has already been made, or what we have that's made, is not that great. Okay, so this can handle a lot of weight, surprisingly. Like, a ton of weight. So I imagine it should be able to haul some stuff, or at least for a little while yet. Let's see. Okay, let's see here. So let's actually start doing that. Oh, yeah. And this is the offset piston that I was kind of tinkering with. So I managed to figure out how to get offset pistons to actually work. So I might try an offset piston idea. And the whole theory here is offset pistons have a greater push distance in a smaller footprint. So if I can use offset, I should get ideally better elasticity. So I could match, because like right now the piston push is somewhat limited by the pull, and I've noticed that tends to happen, like where these two pistons will be retracting and this piston would just be stuck, like it can't move at all, you know. So if we line the strokes up, oh, I also tried to do a different timing wheel. Somebody brought that up last time, having a flywheel set up. I'm probably going to build different designs. Next one I'm probably going to do is going to be obnoxiously long, just so I can start working on timing or fine-tuning. These have a greater degree of success. Yeah, because if you take a look at this, the next one in the cycle right here would be horizontal, like perfectly 90. You know? Which is weird with how this works. Anyways, this is... the hope here is that this kind of design, these offset ones, can help with maybe doing a timingless engine setup, or not timingless, but like a controllerless engine setup. Okay, let's take a look here at what to do. Okay. Oh, hey, tires, that's right. Let's get some items in the thing. We got you. We're not gonna need you. Mod parts. There was a tire mod that I did have that I was informed no longer works. Friction. Wait, are they just identical? They're just aesthetically different? I wonder if there is a difference to these. You know what? I'll just use chains for giggles. Ah, okay. I was kind of hoping for bigger wheels in this, actually. Alright, so let's start with our differential setup. Okay, so our gear is going to be 3 wide. And our other one's going to be... okay, so we've got... okay. So the gear is 3 wide. So I wonder if we could do one this small. Alright, that would be kind of entertaining. The best part about it is I think it would actually like, actively work. Huh. Now I'm wondering. I want to try it. Okay, so I kind of also want to do an idler gear almost, though I don't think it would be very useful. Because, like, how differentials currently work. Oh. I mean, we could... I don't think we need a limited slip, don't you? We don't need a limited slip diff on this one. I think we'll be fine. Okay. Oh, I also managed to weld something inside of a piston. I glitch well. I didn't glitch weld the thing, but I managed to weld one of these in one of these. Right? The original intent was to see if I can smuggle a... there we go. The original intent was to see if I can smuggle a bearing inside, but then still attach it to the piston for rotation. So yeah, in a weird way, what it was supposed to do was make it so the piston rotates on, like, in a better space, because as we know, we can't attach pistons to bearings and stuff, and vice versa. But if I could get it to smuggle on top of this and have then the item itself welded to the inside of the piston, or I can have the piston rotate freely or spin freely while You know what? I didn't try to actually do the piston from the side because you can't actually technically weld from the side. Oh, God. Oh, that's so dumb. Why did I not think of that? Oh, I gotta make note of that. Ugh. Note. Scrap. Note. G. And at the side. Okay, so the reason why it's called smuggling is because bearings are not supposed to be inside of it. So I was originally trying to do that, but then when I managed to weld the piston to the item, but it also would weld it, I don't know, through the piston into the foundation piece or whatever I had it mainly mounted on, and it'd screw the whole thing up. And I was like, ugh, now that my brain is like, wait a minute, I could have just done that with this. Okay, so where is it? These are the reason why I wanted to do that. If I can stick this inside of this, I can then shrink 2 blocks of size, almost 2 blocks, or shrink them down into in line with it, and it could drastically shrink the size of the engine with ideally not causing any more problems. The other option would be to do the same thing, but in the reverse, where it's coming from inside the engine. And then that would allow for a lot of options. I mean, you got to think about it. If you have a single piston that rotates on the a single piston, excuse me, that rotates on its own on one side, then you're pretty set at that point. You have most of a piston shrank. You know, because then you know how there was that butterfly design that we did earlier where the man, I keep getting distracted because I didn't even think of that until just now. Basically you could take your piston and you literally could just weld it or get it right here inside of one of those butterfly things. Or not. Well, I call them butterfly wings, but they're not. It doesn't really matter. There you go. So you can literally just weld them directly into it. That's not saving space. Well, of course not. It works fine down here, but that's if you could also use them in tandem with one another. So instead of right there, you have them offset from one another. And the main thing is you can also use a combination of the two to where you can basically get them right next to one another with very little interactions with each other. So once again, shrinking that engine all the way down. I'll have to try this the bearing smuggle some other time. As I said, I'm probably going to take a break from a few days after building a vehicle. Man, mind blown. I hope you know, if I don't do it, I gotta see somebody else having it made one. That's gonna be cool. Alright, so we will need a controller, so this way we can set everything. We are going to need slightly more wood over on this end, because this is going to be the engine. So this is going to be coming the output. We're just going to do a 1-to-1. So we're going to do, yeah, we're going to do a 1-to-1 from bearing or from engine to tire. That ratio. We do have other gear ideas that could increase that, but we're just not going to bother. I'm also going to probably do a flat platform setup, so probably won't use our drive shafts right now, though those were really fun. Somebody asked last time, why aren't we using the pass-through ability of suspension? The problem with suspension is that suspension itself is kind of buggy. Yeah, we're gonna need a little more space in this. Like, you use those to make suspension glitches. Go figure, right? But those suspension glitches are used for, like, making flying vehicles. So not only A, are you running the risk of creating a plethora of unnecessary bugs, but you're just gonna have a bad time. There we go. I mean, it'll actually probably be fun, but like trying to drive would be a massive pain in the ass. Especially if you go to ramp something. Oh, that would be terrible. You'd be all floaty and whatnot. Inconsistently too, probably. Okay, I'm gonna need to stick this a little bit. I have no idea how big to make this one, so I'm just gonna have to make this. Excuse me, goodness gracious. Oh, there we go. My apologies. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just do kind of like a flatbed thing. We might change our mind because we're gonna have to worry about. We will end up needing suspension at some point. That's okay. We're just not gonna bother with suspension right now. We're just gonna go direct load and wait right to the tires. Question: one wheel wonder or not? You're not gonna let me? Yay! It's nice though, because like some things can be cheaper, but trying to build this in survival would be entertaining. Okay, so how long or how big of a wheelbase do we want? We want to match it on this side, otherwise I'm going to accidentally make it off center and it's going to look real dumb. Alright. And then I will build that in just a minute. Where are you, lift? There you go. There we go. I'll set you off by 45, so this way I can attach the teeth. Wait. Ah. Such a brain fart. Dang it, I did the thing. I can't do that. Because I also need to have that exact gear thing on the other side for the input. Noob mistake, I say. It's funny because this is probably going to get bulked out a lot, or need to be. You and you. Ah, yes. I might need other... Okay, please don't. Let me at least put the teeth on this thing first. Alright. So this is exactly how we built the other one. we go. Okay. So I'm gonna throw this back on the lift. Okay. What was that one suspension? Double wishbone? It's funny because I know what they look like IRL, but I'm having a hard time mentally putting them together here. I've never built that. So, yeah. Yeah, I'd end up needing one of these joints, huh? If I tried that. Yeah, I think I might. If I tried to put any suspension. Oh, no, I didn't. I thought I put that. I basically just put the opposite ones on the opposite side from one another. Oh, noob. Okay. That's okay. That's why we're taking our time enjoying this, you know? This is an adventure. No, not doing that again. Yeah, I don't think I'll need this. Yeah, because I'm not, yeah, like I said, I'm not doing an idler. Oh, you know what? I could have done a limited slip, and that would have been cool. You know what? No. I'm like in my head right now. I'm talking myself into it, and it is not necessary under any means. Like, it's just not. We'll just do locked differentials for now. Yeah, but I could save this and use it for a normal car later. Of course I'm gonna do this. How? Okay, so you know what? I am so torn. Making a diff is hard. No, okay, I know what I'm doing. It's just I'm right now torn on whether or not I want to do a limited slip diff or a locked. Tow and haul, locking. We'll just do a truck. All right, we'll just. I don't know. I'm fighting myself. I'm like, I originally said I wasn't gonna bother with a limited slip just because it's not necessary. I wanted to stick to necessity. And I am like, oh yeah, but it'd be so cool. And I'm like, no, we don't need, I don't even know if it's gonna work really well. I am coming to the conclusion though that piston engines. Oh, you're testing yours at the moment. Yeah, nice. Let me know how they go. Okay, let me get this. My apologies, by the way, if I'm a little delayed. I thought I had turned on low latency mode. I was gonna check, and I think I spaced it. But doing it right now is just gonna goof everything. Okay. Good. Now I just need to do the other sides. Well, no. Yeah. I think I'll spend more time on suspension than I will the gear work. Alright, a locked differential. Wait. Nope, there it is. Oh, balls. It's okay. It's kind of why I removed that little one at the end. I was like, yeah. Oh yeah, let me know if the music is too loud. I made some adjustments, and it sounds pretty good on my end, but I don't got a guarantee of that. Oh, no way. No, that would break it. I don't know what I'm doing over here. So, I was originally gonna say no suspension at all, right? But now I'm like, yeah, but I totally could put in a couple of U-joints and make and make it so it can flex and do a suspension, like an actual suspension. And I'm like, oh no. Maybe no. Maybe no. You know what? I'll just leave it like this so I can just spawn this basic model or thing in and do test run. If I'm gonna do that though, I should probably mirror both of these sides and make them the same so I don't have to like do any crazy shaft adjustments. Though I do want this side slightly offset from the other one. Right? Yeah. Because if I was gonna have gear teeth, I'd want them. Alright. So this is 3. And this is 3. Yeah, I'd have to modify it anyways. Whatever. It's not like I made that big of a difference. But for continuity's sake. Oh wait, hold on. That is extremely wrong if I'm doing it that way. Oh man, that's only gonna make it stick out goofy. As you can see, I'm not a professional. My diff works. Now, right, yeah. You know, you're only halfway there. Halfway there. All right, so. My apologies. Give me a hot sec. Hello, hon. I am currently live streaming. Okay, hon. See you when you get here. Love you. Bye-bye. There we go. Nice. Wait, a massive diff? Why is it so big? Like, what are you dealing with? Because it's an actual diff, not a locked one. Okay, first of all, locked differentials are the original differentials. Well, they used to be one-wheel wonders, so like this wasn't here really. So I do want to do a limited slip, but I'm not gonna bother. Oh wait, a limited slip wouldn't get any bigger. It's literally just gonna be one extra gear down over here, and then changing the sizing just a little bit, so the gear can walk. Well. Yeah, limited slips don't have to, you don't have to have a lot. It would just be another gear right here, but you'd make it like sticky outy, pointy, so this way it doesn't interact with anything else but the other gear. Right? Alright. You know what? Not gonna worry. I actually might just do that in my off time because, you know, there'll be a lot more tinkering around with it and oh, okay, so there's a lot more in it than just, you know, the normal little gear setup. But well, yeah, because it has to rotate inside. Because it has, yeah, okay, I see why. Because, I mean, this is really small. Yeah, I could see how that get really big really quick. I guess in my head I figured it'd be much smaller. Well, I'm pretty sure you could do it all with pipes, really. and then do and then pass it through the, you know what, whatever. No, I'm not getting distracted. So on my, as I was saying earlier, I'm only gonna really probably stream for about an hour to 2 hours. Right now we're close to an hour, so maybe 2 hours. At that point, Chelsea, my fiance, should be home. She was helping her parents move their fish out of their pond. Alright. There we go. It's 5 by 5 by 11. That's not... I mean, this is a 5. Yeah, that makes sense, because if you have to extend it out by 1 by 11, though. Dang! Cool. The same. Dang. Tab. Okay. So, yeah. That's about it. We could just slap wheels on it and make sure it works. Oh, did I not put any of my... Okay, I did. Okay, let's go. Oh wait, hold on. I need to actually build this part. Wow, that is really big though. Yeah, this stuff could get really big really quick, but honestly, I think that would be kind of cool, you know, to like actually build a big honkin' tractor. Because, you know, tractors are big. No. Ah, I see what I did there. Well, just figured out it has to be bigger if I want to attach it to anything. Oh no! Oh gosh, I don't know. I guess all of my ideas are small bananas in comparison, because holy smokes. Right. Oh, buckets. Shift. There we go. Okay. So we know this setup has worked in the past. It's time to do the test run. Shouldn't be too hard. We just basically have to do one of these numbers. Oh, hold on. I want another bearing there for stupid reasons. That's why I want another bearing there. This is probably gonna... I mean, I'm glad that the world is flat. It'll be a little easier to work from. Goodness gracious. So what do you plan on building with that? I've been obsessed a little bit with making it compact. So that's been kind of my whole the whole endeavor is me trying to see how small and manageable. Because in my mind, it's supposed to compete with or be able to compete with, you know, cars that use the motors and engines in game. So I was like, all right, let's let that be the thing that we're working with. That's why I'm kind of happy this differential works, because it's so tiny. Not possible at the moment. Oh, well, I mean, what's the goal? There we go. Engines are way too good in comparison to pistons. That is pretty accurate. Yeah. I keep goofing around. I'm one of these days I will make this is gonna drive me nuts because it's off center. Shoot. All right, whatever. You know what? I can put my button panel on one side. Yeah, that is true. They are really good at the moment. But I think there might be something that could make them better. Something cool. So, if nothing else, it'll just be... Hold on, I need to add... I need to add a button. This is gonna be so dumb. I say that a lot, don't I? Okay. This will be the bare bones tester, so this is not gonna have nothing else. Got you, and then I need an electric. All right, and then I need. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna use the an actual gas engine for this extra. I mean, honestly, even if I don't end up using a piston engine for everything, a 4-cylinder piston engine, like just designing certain vehicles with them would be great, even if they're not all major use. I mean, in my opinion, I think the saving grace might be the gears, because I just think the way these engines work, it might cause these things to bug out worse than if they were just using pistons and using like a gear, like stepping up their gears or reducing them. Because I mean, we just have 4. All we have to do is, we can't do 5, we can't do 6, we can't do 7, but we can do an 8. So if I can utilize an 8 gear setup, or tooth setup, we literally can go up and down by halves, or you know, by 2 to 1s or 1 to 2s. All right. Where are you? Okay. I plan on maybe accidentally breaking this, so we'll just. No suspension. This is gonna be a lot of regret if I'm not careful. Oh, I don't have a WASD converter. Shit. That's okay. We'll take that. We'll take you off, though. I almost did the thing. 2, 3, a button. The 3. Okay. Wait, wait. Hold on. Hold on, I did something dumb. Yep, I No! Oh my god, why? Okay, well, now I've got to fix this. Oh gosh. Okay, let's do that. Let's it shouldn't be, it's not that hard to fix. I could easily just remove the bearings. I don't know, I made it and I was like, oh yeah, I'll have a really large wheelbase so I could... Doesn't matter. It's not going to be that hard of a... I can always modify this. It's not going to be that big of a deal. Definitely not forgetting to weld this one. I think I've already done that multiple times. You know, some of the other stuff I was thinking about streaming, mainly because I don't have a ton of people on Twitter, so it's not like I roll polls or anything. But I was thinking about streaming like challenge mode, some stuff on that. So, you know, just it ends up being a repeat for the YouTube people from earlier. But other games, I have Void Train. I'd like to try playing around with Timberborners, Volcanoid, and Zapekist. So those are just some games I've been interested in, but never really bothered getting. Zapekist I figured would actually be significantly more fun, especially since, you know, you can use like open lobbies, and if people know which lobby they're getting into, they can, excuse me, race with you. Not gonna say I'm good at racing by any means. All right. Okay. Woohoo. Testing. All right. Forward, backward, left, right. Left, right works. Uh-oh. I get a little bit of interaction. Let's shade you. There. That's a little better. Right? I don't know. I want to zoom in. I don't know, man. No, that does work on... Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it then. Yeah, forward doesn't work. W does not work. So, we've got number one. Oh, oh yeah, and it goes back to normal. Okay. Okay. I need to set this to loop. Right? Loopy loop. There it is. Okay. Yeah. This is the first one. Actually, not gonna lie, this is pretty good speed, I think. Like, look at this. This is jamming. All right, second gear. Theoretical. What? Did I not? Oh. That's not how that works. This has spun all of them. Oh, so this is the maximum speed for that, because this is controlling all of them. Oh, wow, that's kind of cool. All right, now let's do 4. Oh yeah, no, that's not good. That's a gas engine. What is it doing? What? Why is it jankifying so much? Okay, hold on. Is it because these things are just... Okay, it's like you attach an engine to something and it gets dumb. Okay, let me see. What do we got? You know, now I think about it, I don't think I have any... Yeah, I do have the other ones set up. Because they should all be additive. Right. Yeah, they are additive. Okay, so you said the first one is not spinning as much as the next one, and the next one, and the next one. I mean, yeah, it's free energy for when you're playing the game, but it's not necessarily the fastest. Okay. Where would I go and connect this engine then if I'm gonna... Let's see. Well, I definitely can't... I couldn't connect it anywhere else earlier. Well, okay. Please get rid of you. Yeah, it just starts bugging out real bad. Okay, let's try removing some of this. See, ideally with the... That's the wrong tool. I mean, honestly, this bar here is only for stability. Okay. Interesting. It is not doing well. Like, it spins up, and then it's like, no bueno, and then stops. Wow. Okay, that is definitely a lot of information. Let's get rid of you then. They're useless to us. Let's add you there. Ooh, timer. Alright, well that's the first hour. Oh no. Alright, let's add more. Why are you going? You're not supposed to be going. Alright, whatever. 1. Holy moly. Well, now we're hauling balls. Woo! Oh, no. No, 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 no. Okay. I don't know. That was pretty fast. In the right setup, I think that would be good. Like, literally, in the right setup, I think that could be awesome. I mean, this is a little thin for what we're going speed-wise, but, like, look at that. Oh, my. Oh, yeah, no, this bugs it out even. Oh. Oh, hey, look, there's that wheelbase we wanted. No. Oh, it's going good. Okay, so the egg joint is not feasible. So the egg joint exists IRL, and then like it only took me a little bit for my brain to like actually connect the dots and be like, oh yeah, no, literally not possible. So there's that. I'm not sure how to read this one. Basically, how to make it go, it would need to have a right angle through it and a bearing. And I only just realized the other day, because so I didn't accidentally, I spent like an hour or so trying to smuggle a bearing inside a piston, because you know you can't attach a bearings to pistons. The goal was to make it so a piston could just spin in place, right? And then what I could theoretically do is extend it, put a thing on the end of it, and then bring it in. And then at that point, I literally just shrank a whole bunch of space. But yeah, I'd have to set the bearing, or I have to set it on the side of it, which you can't place bearing, blah, blah, blah. You know what? You'll probably see it in a little bit. This is not gonna work, obviously. So we can essentially handle the equivalent of 3 controllers worth of full speed, which is definitely not the the size of an engine. Like, it definitely puts out a lot more. There you go. So this joint is the issue right here. And these joints may be the problem. Hold on. Glad you find out because I was trying to make my own. Did something out of it. But I think it would be cool to show you. My full speed is 4th from the top tick from an electric engine. That's a good point, actually. I have not tried an electric engine. 4 from the top. Actually, I think that coincides with what we found our maximum to be on our test benches. Alright, let me do that real quick. I'll try to smuggle the bearing in and try to do some other events. So I want to do other things like challenge mode and whatnot. So to do things like that, what I'll probably do is for like, you know, the weird joints and whatnot, I might do a day where I just pull up a huge list of mechanical joints and just see if we could make them using the various weird buggy methods that I figured out. Your CV joint. Oh yeah, I was gonna use that. I actually built half of it right here and then decided I didn't want to use them, and I had to fix them. All right, brain, do not poot anymore. I shall die. All right, electric. Nope, gas. That's a bad juju. Asking for a mess at that point. But yeah, I think that coincides exactly with what we had previously. Where's my collector? So we'll connect you to you. I have this set on a button, by the way, so this way I have better control over it. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'll go down by a little bit. So if we go and we press number 4, no connections. What did I do? I'm confused. What did I do? Oh, duh. Go away. No, other way. You know what? It doesn't matter. It works now. I just wanted to avoid forward being that. Okay, so we can... That does work. It does work. All right. So we know the 4th notch down. 1, 2, 3. Let's see how that works. All right. So that works, but then there is just a little bit of interaction. So let's see. Is that more stable? Because if that's stable, we want that to be. You kind of upgraded it, if you may say. Cool. That actually would be really cool. Let's definitely something to post. 4. What? Why? Oh, duh. I haven't hold. Alright. Yeah, that seems to be the max speed. But it's that joint. It's that specific joint right there. The 2 piston joint that seems to be causing it to just lose its mind. So, this is part of the reason why I wanted to see if I can smuggle joints into things. Or smuggle bearings into pistons. You know, I just realized I have these backwards, but for some reason, well, I guess I'm not actually driving. Okay. Here, let me pull this up since the people who seem to be regular are here. This mess, being able to set this into this, or this into this. See? And then you can end up with something like this. Or it's a drive shaft, or a shaft with a rotation, independent center. Right? I figured it actually could be useful into making... Wait, which looks scary. Well, they do look kind of weird. I figured it'd be useful in case of making a transmission. I was saying earlier that you could have a piston You basically could just have different gears and then just have a piston right here push and mesh into different gears, or change its size to mesh into the different outputs. So, because like if you have the engine attached, let's see, if you have the engine attached to the base, because the base right here is welded directly to this, so if this was the engine, the inside could rotate freely, and then you would just connect this inside, the rotation bit, you'd attach that same way as this up and out, but that would actually go to something. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why I put these like right here, is this can spin inside of this separately, you know, and then this could be like the output side. So then all you really need to do is figure out how to get each one of these to interlock. And that's where I figured having like a gear attached, or a thing that meshes, that can just go from gear to gear. Another way is to build it like an actual manual transmission, which, you know, is definitely something you could do, which might be more viable, where you have the input being brought down with another gear down here, across, up, and over. But I feel like that other method that I have up there might just be less laggy, because it's only using 2 bearings. I want to figure out a way to use it. It's only using 2 bearings. That's it. And that's why I like it. Because if you can just use 2 bearings and just use these pistons are locked in place. They cannot move because of the bearings. So, you know, you're fine there. So yeah, I figured it might be kind of interesting to figure out how to use this. But yeah, this way you have like an idle, you know, it just spins without engaged. Or you can have it so it's always engaged with a certain gear, and then just set a coupler on the end, kind of like what we have way down there, where it couples, so it spawns decoupled. Alright, but yeah, you could do something like this, and then all you really have to do is get them to connect to the shaft that way. Alright, so you're right. 4th one from down seems to be the max, even with this setup. And I think, and it seems to be, the bearings are, or not the bearings, but like literally these are shearing off of the piston head. That seems to be where our, what we're dealing with right there. Let's see. There we go. My hands come back. There you go. Okay. Brainolate. See, this is what we were trying. This is what today was. Try to build a car and make it so it can handle the speeds. Honestly, I don't doubt this handling a normal piston engine, but we can use gear ratios. We've got this funky little guy over here that could feasibly be used to add to it. And if we could double our speed with this. But once again, it seems that, in my opinion, and we'll try, I'll do this one more time. It seems that this is faster than, oh no, they're about the same. Okay. Yeah, they're about the same. Yeah. So 3 controllers doing 360 is the same as a 4 notches down on an electric engine in terms of speed. All right. You know. Yeah, that seems to be, that's kind of the biggest thing to note right here. Wait, hold on, I should probably turn that off. There we go. I'm gonna switch these if I'm gonna keep using this as my main platform. Oh, also, I downloaded a mod that I saw. Scrapman had it. Some of these mods I thought would be really cool to play around with, but this is the one I was really excited about. Like, genuinely excited about. Oh, I was like, yes, finally! It kept being a massive pain trying to get from place to place to show, like, the various things like that over there. Is that not gonna teleport me? Oh, it's too far. There it is. See? So now I could just come over here and show what I was talking about coupling. Oh yeah, no, I'm so excited. When I saw the video, I was like, oh god. Okay. Anybody who's seen Bobby Duke Arts? I want that. That's the first thing I thought. And then, you know what? I'm just gonna go easy and hit the tree. No. No. Oh! There you go. Oh, I also have a macro, so I could just be like... Oh wow, it only... Oh wow, it only locks it to one... What? Where am I? Uh-oh. Oh. Okay, we're good. Whew. Whew. I had no idea I was that close to it. Oh god dang it. What? How come I couldn't go this far earlier, but now I'm like... flying away. Okay, let's get out of here. Oh, no. There's not a lot of weight on this. Now I think about this, this is definitely, this is not heavy at all. You know, honestly, with the restriction of speed, it's not like I'm trying to do any races, but it ultimately comes down to the engine, because, or ultimately I think we could get more out of it doing gears. Remember, the least amount of bearings when it comes to power. So, new goal then. We want to eliminate any, if as much as we can, anything that deals with centrifugal force. Let me see here. Oh, centripetal force. There it is. And I had half a mind where I was like, wait, hold on. I'm definitely saying it wrong. I was told to say it wrong. I was like, oh! Yeah. So this was just seeing like how much weight it could handle before it bogs. And it seems to do fine. Right? I'm gonna probably copy this setup or take something like this and move it or do it. Like basically we'll do this with regular engines and then, and then we'll do it with this to see. Because if this exceeds the power output or a torque output that a motor or an engine can by themselves, then it would be entirely viable to use gear reduction or gear addition to make this faster, because we know it can handle that. So I'm not as concerned about using this particular joint. And okay, that's the reason why I was trying to smuggle a bearing right here, because if I can smuggle a bearing inside here, then I can weld the center or weld this together or keep it solid, and then still have a pass through. I might actually try to do that again and show what I mean. All right, in this case, see, my problem is I have a lot of concerns. Because remember, we can't put bearings on there. Oh, hold on. Why didn't you anchor both sides? Oh, I was just slapping together. It's not like I was, you know, trying to be scientific about it. I just put a bunch of weight on there and was like, oh wow, that's kind of cool, nice, and then went on about my day to this monstrosity. I by no means did well on that. How do we eliminate these particular joints then? Centripetal force seems to be causing them to break with and without bearings. So what do we do? What do we do? In fact, that's the same thing we experienced. Yeah, it helps with the piston weirdness. Well, yeah, but it's the centripetal force that's causing these things to separate or shear off. So can we eliminate them? You know, I might have to go back into bearing smuggling for an attempt at figuring out how to get that to work. Okay, so I need to go back over here because this is kind of how I was originally building the setup. Okay, so you can't just... Hold on. Just anchor it so the pistons can't extend. Oh! No, it's... Okay. Were you not here for that? It's this problem. Now watch them. They're starting to shear off. And it's not just those ones, it's the other ones. I'll take these bearings off right now anyways, but... It's causing some unhappy interactions. We had the same issue way over there. And that one's not using an extra set of bearings in here, you know? That one's using a solid one. I don't know what is up with it. Maybe... What's the thing? I don't know. Maybe I set it up wrong. Probably set it up wrong. Wait. Balls. Just anchor so the piston can't extend. Just make sure you know what I mean by anchor, right? I think I understand. Well, I mean, this particular setup, like right here, this one should not extend at all since both sides are locked, am I right? Oh, talking about the inside between the external pipe and the frame. You mean like these? Yeah, like these right here. Well, I mean, these pistons literally can't extend. There's nothing I can do that would make them do so. Like, they literally can't. I'm just trying to see if we can figure out a way to avoid using or pass power through. Oh, the wheels themselves? Yeah, okay, so I guess I did get the regular one. Instead of using a T, use the plus and a lock with the bearings. But that's what it's... If I'm understanding correctly, then that's kind of one of the things we're dealing with right now is the bearings keep causing it to separate. Because they can seem to be able to handle shear force, but not pulling. Or they can handle shear force, but not pulling force. Yeah, so on the wheels, I know what you mean, but the wheel ones don't seem to be the issue with them extending. Okay. What's wrong? You know, if I took it off the lift. Okay. You know, that's a lot better. Maybe I just didn't need the bearings. God damn it. Okay. So this is fine. What about turbo mode? Oh my. Okay, so it's not exploding. So those are a little stronger. All right. Lesson learned. You cannot have bearings set up for bearings can't handle pull forces. They can only handle they can handle compressive and shear forces because yeah reasons. All right, so I guess that probably doesn't answer exactly what you were saying. I mean, now that we can handle the full speed of this without it bugging out, I actually think, well, actually, not just that, we're handling the full speed of that plus these. I mean, if we really wanted to, let's see what we can do here. All right, where are you? Electric engine, come here. Let's double your output. Oh yeah, let's do that. The stupid reference, you know. Let's go ludicrous speed. Right there. We'll set you to switch to there. And then we'll set you to an max. Oh god. Alright, I really hope this works fine. Alright, so this is just the normal one. Come on, get out of here. No, it's not the greatest turn radius. Oh, I also don't have a reverse. Oh, this is bad. This is not good. Well, I'm making a mess of everything. Oh no, our cute little setup. I like this setup. Okay, let's turn you this way, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to turn off this. As long as the piston doesn't go flying off to the moon again. Right, okay, so you're right, though. I figured that would be the worst case, is where we'd have to worry about the pistons. But the thing is if we try to utilize the pistons for, say, the CV joint stuff again, like these guys, like where they pass through and then we still have the pistons, because you could still build a CV joint right off of this. There might be just enough to where it extends depending on its angle, and if they extend due to weird the pistons only extend when they only really extend when they're all right, to the art. Okay, they only really extend when they experience like rotational force, like centripetal force, you know, but they have great shear. So I think that seems to be the thing with most stuff in this game. Nope. Nope. I keep trying to use this as if it's like an ender pearl, you know? Okay. For half a sec, I did that. My first thought was, oh man, what if I was wrong this whole time? All right, so let's make sure we're hooked up right. No, we're not. Okay, so let's see. Can we handle... Thank you, game. Okay, can we do 2 at once then? All right, let's go 1. Oh, yeah. Let's press 2. Oh, I'm dumb. Thought I... Okay. Let's hit 2. So that's 1 engine. I did something about that. Oh, God. Stop being dumb. I'm trying to... No, stop. I didn't even hit the second one yet. Oh, goodbye. Okay, maybe I'll just do both at the same time. All right, so we got 2 and then press 4. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This differential's holding up real good. With minor clangability. I don't know, though, if that's where we are, though. Like, if it's the map or the lack of suspension. I do know I'm also using wheels that are not... Okay. Let me swap out for in-game wheels, maybe. I don't know. These are modded wheels. I'll just do some regular large wheels. All right. Parts. All right, some big old wheels. I don't know. Maybe I was like, maybe it's jitter. Yeah, I figured it is the lack of suspension. I'm pretty sure, yeah. But, you know, in terms of variables. Well, okay, so I had a wheel mod the other day that just didn't work. And it would cause things to get weird, so that's kind of why I'm like, well, how about we just stick to vanilla? Because that's what I was going for originally anyways, was the vanilla stuff. Yeah, suspension. Alright, and then... So this handles a lot. handles a lot of speed. Dear God. Wait, okay, so... Okay, hold up. Can this do all of the things? Alright, let's set up for straight. So this can handle some crazy power. Vanilla King! Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I was just trying to think of how it would do in vanilla. So this can handle a lot of speed multiplication. Like a ton. And with a decent suspension, you probably could actually... there we go. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's like an upper rotational limit for some of these things for like multiplying output. You know, like say you can only string together so many electric motors before the game just goes no. You know? But we also, I don't know, this is crazy fast. So okay. That, I'm happy with that. Like that is something I'm happy with. That says that now all we gotta do is get an engine set up that's strong enough to handle it. And a decent vehicle with proper suspension. Because I have made only like a handful of vehicles, and I tried to load in the world that I had with my semi. That was nice. I loved it. I spent so long making it. And then the game, like, since it's so old, it won't load anymore. Which is fine. Alright, so, test vehicle ahoy. And then I gotta figure out what kind of suspension to put on it. Honestly, I will probably utilize suspension that somebody built that's much better at that than me. I mean, the thing is wishbone suspension and all that other stuff, they kind of have one way to build them. It's kind of like when you make a McPherson strut in automotive, there's only really one. There is a bunch of variations, fine little tune stuff for specific vehicles and whatnot, but otherwise it's a piston inside of a cage of a spring on the outside, and there you go. You know, same thing with leaf springs. It's like, are you gonna reinvent leaf springs? Ooh, suspension. You might have something, some for me. What? Like, well, I mean, suspension's easy to find because everything needs suspension in this game, every vehicle, regardless. It's a matter of what mechanical and gear-esque components does something need. Okay, so this works. I'm pretty excited. But yeah. So this is exactly where the bearing smuggling would come into place. This is still anchored to this and strong, while this is on the inside attached to this. But yeah. That's okay though. Okay. This is, I don't know, I'm pretty stoked about that. We could take this, gut it, and do something else with it, and do what I was originally saying. Okay, so let's... I'm just gonna save this. Diff test! Okay. Now it's time to destroy the crud out of it. One more. There. Sorry, controller. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna probably have to widen the wheelbase heavily. No, I don't normally invite people into the world. Let's see. Like I said, you can always post stuff to the workshop, and then I can take a look at it from there. Let's see. What am I gonna do here? Alright, this is test. That says fail, but I actually think that's not too bad. Okay. This is a good song. Okay. So we know what we're looking for. Nope. don't do the... Okay. I'm over here like, why is stuff not being deleted? Okay. Well, it's only going to do it one later time. That's okay. So we're going to chop this apart, weld it to the thing, and then we're going to see how fast we can go with this. Right? Okay. Yep. Yeah. Alright. And then I just have to put this on here. I like how it's as big as this mess. Oh my gosh. That's okay though. This one's not connected to anything. This is kind of what I figured I'd be doing today, is slapping these together, and I wanted to at least get this attached to something. Okay. Yeah, well, no. We'll have to get suspension and stuff set up and get a real vehicle built at some point. Okay, let's attach you to... Alright, hold on. I need to make sure I have it oriented right. No, that's upside down. Yeah, that's upside down. Okay, yep. Hold on, that's counterclockwise rotation. So I do want to weld it the other way. There we go. Okay, that works. Hopefully. No, that's asking for a problem right there. Oh wait, no, I don't need that. What am I doing over here? Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Egg joint. Not sure. Uploaded egg joint car. Is this name? How much time it takes to be able to see it in the workshop? Yeah, I'm not sure how long it takes either. Okay, I think we're doing pretty good so far. I need the default state of this to be they're off, I mean. Okay, hold on, I gotta try to remember, how do I do this? This one... Other way. Right. And then I... Wait, no, hold on. Okay, hold on. See, this is one of those things. I just don't know how these all work. Wait, did I do that? No, that is right. Oh, come on. You work with everything else. This isn't on a lift, so I know you're not... Don't lie to me. Okay. If I put it to this, is it gonna work? Oh, duh. Dang it. I did the thing again. You need the block on top. No idea how often I do that. Hold on. But you need to build a car. Right. Well, I should also remove these. And that's going to simplify things really quick. Good. That's exactly what I wanted. I needed to reverse this. And a NAND. Alright, where are we? I mean, honestly, you could design build this a different way, but I just need this default state to be on, so this way it doesn't try to operate suddenly. There we go, mostly. Alright. This is going to be a quick and easy build. I like this, and we'll be able to run a good test run. Like I said, I'm only going to be really able to do 2 hours in total, so getting this is kind of the thing. Alright, let's weld frame to frame here. Frame. And I would very much like to change the orientation of it. Why do you do that? Oh, I see what happens. I welded it to a thing. That's okay. Where are you? There it is. The RCB. Oh man, this whole it flipping out thing is going to be annoying. I wonder if... Oh, hold on. Little dog's excited. There we go, little guy. Oh, old man. Okay, seriously, what's really causing this to go dumb? Really? I wonder if it's the... I think it's the piston. That might be it. I'll lower you down. No, yours should be at 1. What the heck? Oh, this is gonna be funny. Oh. Why? Maybe I have to set turn off the... Okay, hold on. Oh, I see what's up. My okay, my controller is gone. That's why, or probably one of the reasons why. Let's fix that. Hold on, I have a third one. I now have buttons that do nothing, so... Oh! Crap. Have you ever just done that? You know, you just accidentally, you know, just suddenly delete your chair? Okay, so let's sort this out. So we need 1 for you, because that's going to turn on the engine. Actually, no. One for you, because it's going to prime the engine, because the controller is going to set the angle, and I think that might help with it being done. 2 is going to go there. I think that's literally everything, right? Bearing, attach, spin, rotate, spin, spin. These are just there for... These I'll throw under controller. I want to leave those there because I might want to try multiplying the speed to see how, like how slow we are in comparison. You know what I mean? All right, so we got you. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And everything from 3 to 7 should all be 45s. I just already ballsed. There it is. Alright, just double check. Yes, 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 yes. And all of these are still set up correctly. Okay, are you gonna freak out on me? Hope not. Why? Conveniently, I left the front goofed up. Why is it not? Are these all set to sense at a much higher or further distance than I thought? That's okay. There we go. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Okay. Then we'll attach our wheels to the steering, and we are set to do an actual proper test run. Alright. Alright, so 1 is... Okay. It would help if I actually attach them back to the seat. Okay. So this is in position. Alright. So, I made a vehicle that goes backwards. That's okay. I don't know. I don't think this is much faster. I'm also having to fight what could easily be argued as torque steer. Well, not really. It's just causing the whole vehicle to want to rotate to one direction, which is going to make it a lot harder to drive one way versus another. I like how I still welded the differential though. Nope. That's okay though. Okay. Well, yeah, I guess that kind of causes a whole debacle on what we're gonna do. I'll just fix this real quick. So we just need the engine on the opposite side. Gosh dang, I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be as fast, but that seems a little less fast. Yeah. You have an idea? Well, okay, so you know the crankshaft that I had? The original idea for having a crankshaft that could do something like that inside of itself was to have pistons literally, or other pistons going the opposite direction. So this way it always counters itself. That has proved to be slightly more difficult in the design than anticipated. Put a transmission in the middle. Well, I don't really have any transmissions built in my world at the moment, or designed. Hold on. I gotta reverse this. No, no, no. Come back here. You. Gears need to be on the opposite side, right? Yep. Oh man, we're almost out of time. Let's hurry up and get this in and then do a test. A couple tests. Twice this torque. Then a twist cam. Okay, so that's kind of what I was thinking. So it is torque here, which is cool. Because if we can figure out how to eliminate the mess that is the torque problems, the only thing is I'm coming to the terms with the fact that these are not going to be high end or high power engines. I think to counter the torque, we might have to add. Yeah. So the stream is actually only going to be about 2 hours today. So I set an alarm so I don't accidentally do that, because I try to only stream like maybe 2 to 3 hours, and then I get absorbed into it. If I'm not careful, I'll end up being here all night, which, you know, yeah. All right, so okay, let's start by priming everything, and we'll set you up. I didn't weld the gears. I was like, oh, yep, got everything welded. Forgets the most important part. Down there to down there. All right, and then where's my controller? Did I not put it? Okay, I need to recontrol or attach these. So I'm gonna set these controllers to rotate on their own as well. So this way we can do some additive power or additive to it. Alright, we're gonna have loop turned on. We're gonna have this set as fast as we possibly can. And then before I do anything else. Oh no. No. I need to have a different one. I just remembered how controllers work, and it's gonna just immediately start working. Oh, brain farts. Alright, so let's see. Third and fourth work on a single car. Third day, 4 hours of work. Yeah. I mean, we've only been on this for 2 hours, and I feel like we're able to slap a lot of things that we've already made together. So, like, you know, even though it's a 2-hour build and test run a vehicle, there's also like 5 to 6 hours of background testing and goofing around with other things. So yeah, it takes a long time. I've also never really built cars in this game very much. Like, I am by no means a great builder. Okay, so here we go. 3 and 3. Oh yeah. Okay, so 3 will be our super boost. So that should multiply our output, potentially to a degree that breaks it. Kind of, honestly, I hope it does. This way I feel like we've done something. Yeah, literally done in the same way. Yeah, I know. You've done yours all in 1 week. I think mine spanned more than that. I'm pretty sure I've done this for 2 weeks. I don't know if I've been as dedicated as you. Alright, prime the engine, which honestly I don't think is necessary. They seem to kind of automatically do the thing themselves. And then start it. Vroom vroom, torquey torque. Alright. 3. Oh, buckets. They're reversed. They're reversed from each other. Dang it. Thank you, I guess. Yeah, that should be right. Okay. Proper tests happen. No. Okay. All right, so we've got that. A little bit of fight that, and hit the super boost. Okay, how about we just turn off the engine and see? Yep. All right. Something seems wrong here. There we go. All right, and then 3. All right. So we're a little bit of a way from the output we'd like, and constantly fighting the... Oh gosh. Oh man. Yeah, we're definitely going in the directions the pistons are firing. If only we had something to fire in the opposite, we wouldn't have this issue. All right, cool. So, the only other thing I could think of that we could do is maybe mount the engine vertically. But that doesn't seem possible. You know what I mean? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything that fires in reverse. See, with the crankshaft design... Yeah. So when I was trying to smuggle the bearing into it, I think I mentioned this before. Oh no, that sounds... Yes, it does. When I was trying to smuggle the bearing in, there were some issues. One, the bearing could not turn. 2, whatever was on the inside was welded to the actual piston. So it essentially just made it pointless. It just basically gave it a hitbox and a useless bearing on the inside. However, I might be able to do something on the side. We'll try that out. Yeah, I don't know. This engine seems to be a little bit bummer. Yeah, exactly. You definitely don't want to fight. You don't want to fight that. That's just no fun. There we go. I mean, yeah, no. It'd be different if I did a vertical engine or like an inline engine. So like, say if I built a tractor using the inline 4. This also could have operated very differently if because okay, if we have the engine going, so far we currently have like a clockwise rotation from the driver position. So I don't know if we'd have the exact same issue if we were in an inline engine going just like pushing all of the force down. Would we still have that issue? The question is are we able to do... I mean, weight is no problem. But how do we counter the force? With a larger wheelbase and more... Yeah, it would be. But the main thing is even with a... Well, yeah, I know. You know, torque steer. I mean, my car has that. It's not as bad on... Well, I mean, it's not just torque steer, it's just the whole engine rotation. But the thing is engines are counterbalanced. And I don't think I've been able to counterbalance these. I tried counterbalancing this one, it did not go well. It chugs, like they all chug weird. So you just gotta get a heavier vehicle. Yeah, a heavier vehicle would help, but the problem is then you'd have steering. Like, it would favor steering one direction versus another. You know, so it turned much sharper going right than it would left. Okay, so I used to... Oh, I've had several muscle cars, or beasts of vehicles. One was a 72 Pontiac Grandville that was a 4-door with a 400 Pontiac 4-barrel with a 4-bolt main. I tore it apart and I was going to rebuild it, but then, you know, issues, problems, life, and it made it impossible to get it back together. And then my significant other wanted to move it to a wholly different state, and there was no way for me to finish working on the engine. Still at the heads, though. Oh, torque steer, you can experience it in most every vehicle. Like a Ford Fusion, for instance, has torque steer. Pretty much anything, really. Front wheel drive primarily because, you know, it like twists... when you go to press the gas, it twists everything slightly, like the tires and how they go. With my old Pontiac and my old Lincoln, it would shake. Like it would actually, when you would sit there and you go to rev up for doing a burnout, it would rotate the entire body, so it would all rotate clockwise. Um, so yeah. No, almost every vehicle has it. Though torque steer for small cars like that is not necessarily due to engine rotation as much as it is torque output. It'd be similar in this case if I took that away, where we should see torque steer the opposite direction or one way or the other. Oh yes, of course, of course. You definitely would if your tire fell off. All right. Man, I'm watching a slideshow right now. Stop right there. No, but basically you'll have all the power, so it'll start trying to push towards the tire that doesn't have all the power. That's where limited slip differentials would be ideal. Yeah, Wheel EXE has left the chat. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, we're about that time. Let's see here. All right. Well, what do you know? We are actually out of time today. Goodness gracious. Ah! Stop doing the thing. I'm trying to change my thing. There it is. All right. So we actually made some pretty good progress, I think. We've got a car actually built. Well, honestly, 3/4, it seems like. I think there's some test runs that I'm going to have to make personally on things. I would just, honestly, here we go. I would say, one thing that you can do is, follow me on, the Twitter and whatnot. You can see it on screen. And then, like I said, you could just kind of @me on some of the stuff. Thank you. You can just @me, like the link to the workshop page that you have something. We can take a look at that. I think it'd be kind of cool. I can also upload some stuff if you'd like. Yes, I will have to. But like I said, you need to post to just @me in Twitter so I can see it, because I don't think anyone has really popped in on that. Email. Oh yeah, I have a friend of mine. He wants me to try automation or auto. I thought it was autonation. Doesn't matter. And then BNG. He's probably wanting to stream, but his computer's kind of, having issues. Anyways, try another car. One thing I'll probably do before the next stream, or maybe another stream, is we'll try to make a inline, so like a tractor kind of style, and then and see if we can do any hauling, or at least fix the torque problem that we're experiencing. See if I can make a different differential and get something with a better wheelbase, because as we know, wheelbase is kind of an issue. But I mean, when you're playing survival and you're building a car, like, you're probably building something a little bit smaller. It's not like a giant. It's not as big, I guess. Honestly, now that I think about it, I've never really built giant cars in survival. Now I think about it. Okay. So yeah, looks like we're good to go. Next time I probably pop in to play Scrap Mechanic, it's likely going to be something like challenge mode or something along the lines of that, just because I want to do some different stuff and let my brain chill from some of the engineering stuff for the last week or two. Yeah, challenge mode. I probably won't do survival immediately, and then I have some other games in mind that I like to play. So I've got Void Train on hand. I would like to do some Need for Speed Heat at some point, but I might just do that more on my end. There's I think next month or in 2 months, the next one comes out, Unbound, I think. That one's gonna be cool. I'm excited for that. And oh yeah, and then Timberborners, Volcanoids, and Zapekist. I think if I was gonna do anything immediately next, it'd be Zapekist, just because it seems kind of fun. I get to play. There's so much more potential for being able to play with people, you know what I mean? Because then, anybody else who has it can pop in and do like server race or group races and their own maps and whatnot. But yeah, no, Unbound. I think I'll stream some Heat some more to kind of get used to playing and into it, because I haven't raced since Need for Speed Carbon. And then I will. Sorry. Oh, Hobbit, there you are. my dog Poppet is back after being out all day. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for joining. It has been an absolute blast. It was good talking to you again. And yeah, like I said, at me on Twitter. I can take a look at some of your stuff. And in the future, I'd like to be able to try some more of the vehicles, especially see some of the stuff y'all been making, because it sounds like you guys have been able to make some more stuff. I'll probably upload a couple of my things too, but yeah, we'll go from there. All right, well, thank you so much again, and have a good day.